Hey Team 101, in this video we will be analyzing and forecasting the market for gold and crude oil from 16 till 17 June. So let's begin. We are currently on a 1 day chart for the gold. Here currently we have recovered and we have tested the recent highs which were some around in a range of 1732. Now we have seen an bearish move in the gold and the gold is currently trading around 1717. We are bullish for the gold once again due to the fundamental factors explained later in the video. Now going on a smaller time frame on an first let me draw this. We can on daily chart we can see a bullish flag being formed some around like this would be the support for the bullish flag. This kind of patterns or this kind of technical patterns occurred when we see a large bullish move in the market, which we have recently seen some around here. Thus, this is just an exhaust or a relief taking rally, and I expect a breakout upwards through the resistance. Recently, we have experienced two economic data which were retail sales and the core retail sales, which were greater than the forecast, which means they were good for good for USD dollar. Thus, the gold can inversely act towards that news, which means the gold should bounce off downwards. Now, where should we take in long position? Going on 4 hourly chart, first let me spot one another technical pattern which would be a symmetrical triangle being formed for the gold. Thus we are looking for taking a long position on the gold somewhere around this support zone. Let me complete my pattern somewhere around here, and this is our symmetrical pattern and our take profit can be placed at the above resistance. Thus we are going to take a long position. Let me draw the fib also. Let me draw the fib also so it's more clear. Some around. On the fib, more clearly, we can see that the market currently tested the golden ratio, which is 61.8. We have seen a strong sale off due to the economic events coming out positive for the dollar and negative for the gold. Thus, we have seen a huge sale off. Thus, we will be looking for buying evidence some around this range. Let me show you. Moreover, previously or the yesterday, the gold has acted as in safe haven rally, which due to the bearish rally which we have seen in the stocks such as SP 500 and Nasdaq 100. Some around here, our long position could be placed some around here, and our stop loss would be some placed around some 1697, and our take profit would be placed some around 1739. This trade will give an risk to reward of approx 1.2. Our stop loss, again repeating, would be placed below this support trend line, which is this, and our take profit would be placed in a range of 1739 till 1732. We are bullish for the gold. Now coming on the summary, why we are bullish for the gold is due to the fact that this trend line has been respected by the market. Thus, a long position can be created. Moreover, going on in fundamental reasons, we have currently experienced the retail and core retail sales, which were negative, which were positive, which means the dollar gain strength, and inversely the gold can lose its price. Thus, we can experience that the gold could test this zone. The zone is can act as a major support, as I will show you in the previous. This zone has acted. Let me draw that also. We will take a long position here and we can see that in this area, the market has tried to break down or the close below this trend line which I have drawn, this support trend line. However, the market wasn't able to break down or close below this support trend line and we have seen a bounce of upwards. Thus, I am expecting the gold to bounce off from here as the gold act as in safe haven in the uncertainty situations and we can experience two support zones. One is this trend line support zone and one is this major support zone. Thus, we are bullish on gold with intake. Coming on another scenario for the gold, if we see a breakdown or a breakout downwards and a closing of an 4 hourly or an 1 hourly candle, thus no short position should be created as this can be a fake breakout and we can currently test the, the external support trend line. Let me draw that also 1 and 1 day chart. That would be some around like this. Going on 4 hourly chart again. Thus, if we see a breakout downwards from this support zone, so the another key area to take a long position would be some around 1703 till 1705. Thus, we have placed our stop loss some around 1699 till 1697. Thus, if the market break this, we can expect a bounce off from this support trend line. Now moving on the crude oil, we can see a bullish move for the crude oil and we can see that the demand for the crude oil again retained. Thus we can draw a support trend line which can act as an entry trigger for going long for the crude oil as we are bullish for the crude oil. Let me draw that. Moreover, we can see an ascending triangle being formed for the crude oil. Let me draw that also, which would be some around here and some around here. Here we can see that the market is taking the support some around here, and moreover, we can see that the market has tested. Thus, it's forming an ascending triangle for the market, and we can see crude oil breaking above this resistance zone, or we can see a potential reversal to this support zone and a break upwards from this support zone. It would be some like this. Thus, we are bullish for the crude oil and we will be looking for taking a long position some around this channel. Moreover, we can see an ascending channel being formed for the crude oil. Let me draw that also, which would be some around here. Thus, our take profit would be placed above in a range which I am drawing here. Thus, going on in a smaller time frame on a 4 hourly chart, here we will analyze the market with more accuracy. Now, coming on a smaller time frame here, we can also see that the crude oil is making a symmetrical pattern, and we can see that the crude oil can recently experience or test its resistance, which would be this in color of blue. Let me change the color so it's more prominent. Should be some around here, and let me draw that in a range. Some around. Thus, on a 4 hourly chart, here we have seen a support taking for the crude oil. Here we have seen a resistance zone. Thus, we can potentially or we are potentially neutral for the crude oil. How as we can or what I am expecting for the crude oil is to do that we can taken long position some around here. This would be a very risky trade within take profit of this zone. This trade will provide a less risk and less reward. Thus, we can see a potentially retest of this support zone, and then we can create a long position in this zone. However, if we do not see a test towards this zone and the crude oil break above this zone, thus we can expect a bounce up from this zone towards here, towards again testing the zone. If we do not see a bounce off from this zone towards this, and we can and the crude oil break this zone too, thus a long position can be created from here. However, what I'm expecting for the crude oil to do is that to test this resistance zone, a pullback, and thus a breakout from this resistance, testing this resistance zone, this major resistance, thus again a test towards a support and a breakout through the support towards the above resistance. Thus, we are bullish for the gold after for the crude oil after it tested this zone. However, we will be bearish and in short term for the crude oil after the test towards this resistance, as we will place our stop loss above the resistance zone with our take profit just placed our take profit just placed between the support zone. Thus, we will go for in short position around here, stop loss here, take profit would be somewhere around this area. This trade will give an exit reward of 1 ratio 1.8. Moreover, after testing or after a test of a market towards this zone, thus a long position can be created with a take profit of this resistance zone within a stop loss placed here. This trade will give an extra reward of 1 ratio 2. Coming on the summary for the crude oil, that we are neutral on the crude oil, we can see a bearish move after this resistance, testing of this resistance. Thus, we will be bullish or we will go long on a test towards this support. However, if the crude oil break above this resistance, thus a long position can be created within a stop loss just placed below this resistance and then take profit of this range. As I'm expecting for the crude oil to test this range, then test towards the support and then upwards movement again. The continuation of its bullish movement. If you do like my analysis, do like, share, and comment below, and do consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.